Amateur radio's boomer pervs of 3860 kHz, aka when incels grow old. Things start innocently enough, but it isn't long before Mike N2LYM and Harry, KB3YLF, degenerate the conversation. Band conditions are quiet. No jammers at the moment.
Government to help us out anymore. You know, they're done for as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, before Trump, government was effective in assessing and managing the larger risks affecting Americans and our allies. Trump failed. Hence, the colossal death toll from the virus. We'll be lucky to get out without a war. Certain large adversaries are just chomping at the bit.
Said the most terrifying line you'll ever hear in your life is, "I'm here from the government to help."
Yeah, Roger that.
Reagan and Trump played you and me. Tax and spend for the rich doesn't trickle down. Why the fuck would it? And by the way, Reagan said, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help you." That was his sarcastic line.
Because you're allowed to. Well, we had a local cop here pull some women over and say, "Help me, help you." They got that sumbitch in jail for sexual assault. Help me, help you.
That's Harry speaking. There's another station very weak in the background. I'm not sure who that is.
Well, the Democrats have money to send to Pakistan to study women's gender roles.
That's Jim.
I want that job. I want to get that job for gender research. Just go there and I'll put my hand down their pants and I'll get $50 for each.
You fucking perv. He said gender roles, not genitalia.
Well, you have $25 million to work with there, Harry. Oh, yeah, I can take my rubber glove and reach down their pants and tell them what gender they are, that's all. Oh, don't worry about your birth certificate. I'll tell you. Here, come here. Pull your pants down.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
If you had wives or daughters, it's a wonder they don't cut your balls off for being so disrespectful.
You gotta be the doctor for all the women.
Okay. It's kind of frightening when you think about it.
And it's gender roles, not female roles. You misogynist assholes.
What it says on my birth certificate don't matter. It's my gender of choice for today. Let me see. What do I want to be?
That includes the one with the little beard growing off her chin that's braided.
You patriarchal dickheads need to just die off. Gender is not as cut and dry as you think. Go back to school or just die off.
I'm thinking, you're going to tell me how bad something is.
The jammers have had enough. Here comes the replay jammer. This guy brings up a web SDR and he plays the internet stream out over the radio. There's a bit of latency and echo sound, but it's very effective at just tearing the frequency up. We're listening from S side of New Hampshire, and I cannot hear the other stations underneath this jammer. And they're actually pretty strong. KF80D, Jim overdrives his transmitter, but he's still strong. But man, this jammer is just tearing up the frequency. Look at that spectrum, he's just absolutely plastering 3860, plus and minus several kilohertz. I think he's starting to get on their nerves. Mike is yelling something underneath all the noise.
Something tells me that ain't exactly true, Possum.
Oh, I think he's afraid of Riley.
They're back to talking about Riley Hollingsworth, formerly of the FCC.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what scares
and
him.
affiliated with the ARRL.
I have Riley's real, whatever he got in touch with Tom with, his, you know what I'm talking about. I've lost the
Tom
words.
is another
I
person
have to get in touch
notable
with
on this
Tom
frequency,
and see if it's
call sign
one to make sure it's
N3ITN.
legit.
He's in some of my other recordings.
You know, the email, I have his real email address, and I have to get with Tom, not on the radio.
He's probably one of the more normal people on here.
Phony.
Not quite as irritating as these two old pervs.
He hasn't verified that. He
But
says
man, oh
it's real,
man,
but
when
I
the jammers get on his
different
nerves,
ways
he
of
just
looking at it.
builds up a head of steam, possibly drinks a bit, and then he just lets loose with all kinds of torrents of profane language. And he can go for hours and hours.
There's only one way to look at it. If it's, you hold him up, and if it hangs down, it's a boy.
Here's Mike.
You got that?
He just can't help himself and steers the conversation off of radio and back to genitalia.
Oh, no. She's dead. That was Harry Dillinger. 16 inches.
Yeah, but there's
John
some women
Dillinger.
out there that have some penile implants put on them, don't they?
Yeah, you incels. You probably have more testosterone in their blood than you do. Once again, the jammers have had enough of that nonsense, and they're laying on the noise. Pay attention to the pattern of the selective fading. The dark lines seem to move up and to the right. That means the fades are going up in frequency over time. Two stations located in the same geographical location will have the same selective fading pattern. If they are more widely separated, the pattern will differ. There are times when the selective fading does not form nice, easy linear patterns, but forms a more blotchy pattern. That happens a lot during times of long skip. The incoming signal is so variable. At those times, it's difficult to get a good fix, either by time difference or by direction of arrival.
Too far along this time. Remember what Ronnie Reagan said? Freedom is a generation.
Ronald
away
Reagan
from
says,
extinction.
use an idiot.
Every generation has to stand up and protect it.
Hey, you QAnonist Neanderthal fuckheads, literacy is only one generation from being lost, too.
They are. The Chicons. The governors and the mayors are on the payroll.
It takes one to know one.
You never Sister City program?
Ask Moscow Mitch McConnell about foreign money. Ask Trump about Russian money. Ask Flynn about the Turks. Ask them all about the Saudis. So don't get high and mighty. Thank God for Jimmy and the Jammers. We're coming to the end of the first clip. We'll let this run for a few seconds and switch over. Okay, switching over. Next clip about 0357 UTC. Harry with the blood and guts. Protests, rallies, riots, war, circle jerk. It's all a matter of perspective, friends.
You got an eyeball in your mouth. You don't want to get up and go to work the next day. It's kind of disheartening, don't you think? You'd think so.
Do you think for 1 minute they go to work?
Well, they probably...
The right to go public and express grievances about governance.
People to go out there and protest.
Those people are risking arrest, violence,
because they want to. They're being paid
unlawful arrest for that matter. I don't see cowards in a crowd like that.
Bricks on the corner of 4th and 5th, you know.
They can't stay because they're not
Mike
American.
and Harry, both the Perv and a fascist. Deportations, executions, concentration camps. You bums, you shall be first.
Been on a building already. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into detail.
You want to throw someone out, look in the mirror.
On my driveway.
What do you think about, making those Taiwanese citizens over there that are flying the American flag? What do you think about
Hong
bringing them
Kongers
here and sending the Democrats over there? Hong Kong.
Yeah, if you're going to kick any group out of the country, you can be first.
The people in Hong Kong are more American than the Democrats.
Oh, well then.
If you want to do ethnic cleansing, you can be the first up against the wall. I'll tell you what, the kids in cages are more American than you.
Yeah.
It was all over the news.
Yeah, Harry misses things.
Yeah, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I can be a diamond in the rough.
They were all protesting, Harry, and they had Trump flags and American flags out. So what do you think they are?
Oh, well, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree. Yep. They defend at their stores like an American
They're like the people in
should.
Portland.
Yeah.
They don't like authoritarian governance.
They come over here and say, damn sure
The cops over there, they're a lot like the Portland cops and the feds.
What I left my country for to come over here, it's so better. Yeah, I understand.
Unlawful arrest, lack of due process.
Having communism forced upon them. This is what the Democrats want.
AC1DD.
Police brutality,
Right.
they have a lot of the similar issues.
Communist countries. Roger.
And you guys love authoritarian governance. You love governance by a gangster president.
I'm just listening.
Gotta gather all these NAMBLA freaks up.
That's a lie, but I'm listening.
This new voice is a person called Joe.
Put them in the oven with the evil ones.
You know, I couldn't figure out
Mikey,
what that
you Nazi fuck, you can be the first one to the gas chamber.
I wonder why.
You need to move out of the booth.
Maybe because they're good buddies. And, Harry, they may be very good buddies, if you know what I'm saying.
Roger. I get it. I'm not dumb there, you know.
I'm just doing some fact checking.
There goes the incel perv again. Mike, N2LYM.
I get you, Mike. I read you loud and clear, buddy. This is all very shocking.
I'm wondering how someone could be wrong 100% of the time. You would think just by random.
He's speaking right now.
You're locked. Sometimes they get stuck.
Wondered about that with you, Joe. How is it you're wrong 100% of the time?
Please don't talk. You can't talk to anybody without having a legitimate argument forever. Please.
Don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the bears.
Turn the boiler off, Mike. We can understand you then.
They're teasing Mike about the background noise that you hear when he's on.
Where'd the Cormer go? Cormer, please come back and play your music. Please, Cormer, come back and play your music.
Problem with Joe Italia is that he repeats everything he hears because he's a dumb shit.
No, I'm not a dumb shit.
Please, I want the Cormer to come back and play your music.
About your
I'm asking you to play your music, Cormer, buddy.
I'm right next to it.
He's not only boring, he's contentious.
He's one of them
What is
dilators.
contentious?
He was trained by
He just made up a word.
Member of the Dilators Club.
Turn the boiler off when you're on the radio.
My God, I have never
There's Mike
heard
talking
any,
about dilators. What's that?
I feel sorry for Joe. I pray for him every night, you know, but he has never come on the radio yet that I haven't heard people give him a hard time. All up and down the band. Why?
I figured.
He's a radio clonic.
That's a shame.
I feel sorry for him being molested by Daddy.
He starts off nice, but it ends up bad all the time.
What is wrong with you, Harry? Did you hit your
His intent is very evil and demeaning.
I'm just telling you what I think. I'm trying to
guy.
be neutral, you know?
Please, dear Lord, let this be the night for Joe. Call him home.
Please answer Jamie's prayers, dear God.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Fascist
don't
Gospel
run that
Hour.
anybody.
Sounds like a good idea, but see, Joe doesn't belong to God. He belongs to the other guy.
He's a Christian?
Coming for to carry me home.
Swing, Joe, swing from the gallows.
The biggest jammer on 20 meters for like 3 years in a row is now Mr. Fine Business Christian.
And then we could do pendulum experiments with him.
Here, here.
It could only be on ham radio. Gravel balls.
Better watch it, Joe. You'll get excommunicated.
Joe, you're going to be reincarnated as a plumb bob.
Oh, my God. A plumb bob. No way.
Bob is, but what's the problem with that?
It's got a rope around the neck of the instrument.
A plumb bob that don't read square, or whatever a plumb bob does. I know it finds its center there, but it won't be on center. Gravel ball.
Yeah, I'm gravel balls. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, good that you admitted it, Timmy. I'm glad you did.
Go fuck yourself. It ain't me. You should know better.
That sounds like a good statement.
Well,
That's the only thing I'm going to say about that.
Joe stuffs the shit.
my virgin ears are so offended.
It affects his brain, because his brain's right down there next
I
to it.
don't know what I'm going to do.
Listen, you guys are
Joe's got a clonic in his brain. He doesn't even know what that is.
It's a real foul mouth.
I hear that they're doing poop transfers to rectify, or should I say, rectify intestinal disorders.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Must be hard when you don't have friends.
I know, Tim. That's what drove you to being the biggest
You should
jammer
know.
on 14313, 14275 before that.
What are you going to do about it?
Do you have amnesia?
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing. I'm just saying, admit it.
That's right. There's nothing you can do about it because I fucked you
How
up.
come he's not jamming no more? Where's the music player? What's the matter? You a coward now?
So full of shit, Joe. You're always full of shit.
WW2WW is in there with a pretty strong signal as well.
King Sodomite. They bow to his knees.
So to me, I see that there's a correlation between the music jammer and the people that just showed up on frequency. That's not good.
Well, what does that mean?
That means there is a connection here, and if one domino
You've been
falls,
implicated.
the other one has to fall too.
But what does that mean? I mean,
You've been implicated. That's what it means.
associated with those jammers?
It means something like that. You know, when the hammer falls.
Yeah, I'll implicate you, Joe. You implicate me all the time, so I'll implicate you. You're the jammer. You like that, Joe?
Put the other guy on the other end of the rope.
I think the biggest foul mouth on ham radio is
I'm asking the Corvers to play his music, please.
Joe, what are you going to do about people's foul mouths out there? You going to change them?
Music.
You going to change their foul mouths?
Joe, we know you're the minion of N2FUV, and he's a jammer too.
I think N3 ITS.
I don't know why when he comes on the frequency we even have to talk to him. Don't even, you know, he runs the frequency when he comes out, or we all start ganging up on him and talking about him, and we forget what we're supposed to be talking about.
You know, that's a AC.
Talk about pop music.
What?
Shooby shooby doo wop.
Go back to your old gravel balls routine. It was much funnier.
Okay, Joe, just for you, I'll do it, okay?
Go. I got to. I'm recording. Go ahead.
All right, get it going. Here we go. Mike, tell him who Gravel Balls really was.
Da, 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 da.
Some other two-call guy. This guy, I don't even know what he's talking about. Have a nice night, Joe. Get out of here. You're a clown. And you're back up on the wall of shame so everybody can see what a dick you are.
Oh dear
What
Lord.
has happened to
Take
this
him
frequency?
quickly.
You were really funny when you were going after K9RSY. I think he was N9RSY back then.
The Lord give us, and the Lord take us away.
313.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Ripped him apart.
I thought this was a liberal free frequency.
It should be.
They all want to talk
Who's the
about the
liberal?
same thing. I
Are
don't
you
get
the
it.
liberal?
Why don't you change the subject?
It's all these liberals. It's always the fault of the liberals.
Yeah, they don't
It's
have
never
their brain
the fault
wired
of
straight.
just incompetence or anything like that. It's always the liberals. You got to have this imaginary thing to blame all the time.
No, it's real.
It is?
The only thing that's imaginary is in a liberal brain.
Liberal. You're a liberal.
I think we should dedicate a frequency just for Joe where he could stay there and people could go down to visit him. How's that?
Oh, that's simple. Is it just that simple? You're a liberal. That's the problem. You're a liberal.
Joe, if we get you your own frequency, will you promise to stay on it and we'll have people come down and talk to you?
That's 3860.
No, it's not.
Misinformation free frequency.
Dear Lord, you don't even have to make it pain-free. Just make it quick.
Takes a second to say goodbye,
20 seconds
babe.
to ID.
Say, what would that be called? An imprecatory prayer?
Push the
I'm just
button
here to
and pull
test
the
my
plug.
amplifier. That's all.
Say
That's the
goodbye.
only reason.
It isn't
Babe.
working.
Well, it might not be.
Dear Lord, he's on enough meth. He's not going to feel the pain. Go ahead, Lord. Take him now.
Get after.
KFADD.
From coast to coast and highway to highway. I laugh all day. WW2WW.
That's a terrible ID, Tim. Just go back and ID as gravel balls. Just say, this is gravel balls. Everybody knows who I am.
I'd love to be the guy known as the guy that gave Italiano his black eye. That's all I want, Joe. I want one shot of you.
Gravel.
Well, if you take a swing at me, you'll get one shot in return.
Gravel.
Joe, you couldn't touch a guy like me. Believe me, you're all mouth. I could tell by you. Your size is very little. You do the same thing day in and day out. You have no radio constitution whatsoever. You're just the same old joke day in and day out. Since the day I met you say the same shit day in and day out.
What is radio constitution?
That's what makes up the very inside, the very fabric of your radio aptitude, something you would never know about because you're a joke on radio.
What is radio prostitution?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this the president of
NAMBLA I'm hearing yet again?
Radio.
Yeah, Joe. Oh, should we put that as a link on the wall of shame? Is Joey affiliated with NAMBLA?
Well, you can do it
Coming up on the end of clip number 2.
I don't care what you put on that
Let's
website.
let
I
it
might
run
make
for a
some
bit.
money off of it.
I like to know
Switch
why
over.
the Cormer stopped Corman, Joe, when you came here. Why is that? Come on, Joe, let's hear your truth. All the truth about you.
Okay, still on January 4th, 2021, time 0420
Four people
UTC.
didn't ID in 10 minutes, except for me.
So what, Joe? Call the
On the East Coast, it's very late in the evening, January 3rd.
WW2WW.
33 while left. Riley's listening. We know. I know he's
One of
listening
the
too.
most looked up call signs in amateur radio. This is the stereophonic radio sensation. The most from the the worldwide radio sensation. The www2ww.com. And head over there and see Joe on the wall of shame.
You've got major psychological issues there, Tim. You know that?
Oh, yeah, Joe. You're just such a wonderful counselor.
You put a fake count on your QRZ page, something like 4 million or something. You put a fake count, and now you're out here advertising that you're the most looked up amateur ever.
Joe, why do you care, man? You care about that?
Yeah, it really fucks with your head, doesn't it, Joe?
It's just stupid.
Why do you
That's not true. I'm the most looked up amateur ever.
I'm having fun, Joe. You said radio's all about fun.
You're having
You know
fun
why?
by lying?
Because I'm pretty.
I lie. I'm the best radio
And I have a
operator in the
silky
world.
voice.
There's another one.
Okay, that's
Dear Lord, can you find some fentanyl to go with his meth?
Amen. All right. I don't want to talk to you no more, Joe. You're not really in my grade level.
We used to drive
So
around.
what's going on right now is the jammers are simply listening, being amused.
I'm not in your income bracket. I'm not in your
They're not really interested in jamming at the moment, but they're out
No,
there.
you're on the wall of shame as a big jerk-off.
That's okay. Nobody reads that damn website.
Hey, see how many hits I get a week on it. I advertise it all day out here.
He doesn't have to put you on the wall of shame, Joe. You put yourself there, man. Come on.
That's
Right, you hung yourself on the wall, bro.
Your ego.
Shut up.
Your coat hook got hung up yourself.
We'll move down to the extra frequencies. 'Cause,
Joe, it's funny how many people know you're such a piece of crap. It's so funny.
And you know, I can't believe he's an amateur extra. He's an extra yet. Oh my God, I haven't heard this from an extra ever. From anybody.
How long have I been in?
But you sit out here and worry about telling everybody that I'm gravel balls. You're funny.
Yeah, how long, Mr. Harry Helm, or whatever your name is? How long have I been an amateur?
Quite a while. I don't know. I didn't bring you up to look.
How long have you been an amateur?
Not long enough. I learn every day
It
here.
doesn't really matter how long somebody's been an amateur. What does that prove to anybody?
Well, it proves that you've been around the block.
Yeah, you could be stupid your whole life.
Joe, I got into this.
Yeah, I've been a ham for about 42 years.
Repair, and it just went from there. So you can blow your
What does
amp
that
up, and
mean?
I'll guarantee you I can fix it.
I can break it in a way you can't fix it.
Well, then I'll find out if you broke it on purpose, and I'll tell you what's wrong. Give you a part list.
Really?
I could fix it for you at charge.
on CNN.
Jimmy can mix up any cocktail for you.
Is this guy related to Fredo on CNN? Maybe it's
I can fix it, but I have to.
That was very harsh. But I liked it.
That's Rachel Madcow's brother.
Fredo, isn't that Como's brother or something in New York? Fredo? Oh no, that's the newscaster guy, Fredo. I hate they called you that, Joe. I'm ashamed for them.
Yeah, isn't that your half brother? Because you act just like him.
I act just like him. You know, I act just like him.
Joe, you ain't got no southern accent to get out here like you're some kind of good old southern boy. Come on.
I am. I'm from the deep south of Illinois.
Squeal like a pig, Joe.
Where we
South 14th Street.
slower.
Oh, Mike's back. You can hear his boiler.
Hey there, boys and Joe, man. I am Joe from Pennsylvania, here, keep you right there in Pennsylvania.
Come on, Mike, bring it in. Let's hear that boiler.
Come on, Mike, let's hear that 7,000 boiler that everybody's jealous about.
Cycle, so he makes asinine comments like that.
Every day, same thing.
It's just that's conspiracy Mike, guys. That's what I
Yeah,
know him by
right.
conspiracy
Mike, or QAnon Mike,
About you real early.
since he spews their talking points every opportunity he
That's
gets.
right. Has he proven anything?
No, you've done it for him.
All you do is fact check it. If you're smart enough to fact check it, you'll find out the guy's right.
Yeah, but you dumbasses fact check from the originating point of the rumors. It's no good.
Oh, yeah, I remember that mainstream news question.
That's right. Everybody says, "Oh, you can't listen to mainstream media." Mainstream media. Well, what is mainstream
Yeah, if so-called
media
mainstream media is
exactly?
extremist,
Not in
consider that the
generality.
extremist is probably you.
Like, name the outlet that is considered mainstream media. And you know what the answer always is? It's every media source that I disagree with. That's mainstream media.
Joe's voice is starting to crack.
That's right.
It's the same routine he pulled the other night.
It's so
I'll say it again.
Poor little baby. You gotta take pity on him.
mainstream
If the
media.
mainstream media is extremist, look in the mirror. You are probably the extremist,
What is mainstream? Give
not
me
the media.
outlet name. You know, you got CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, Associated Press, The Wall Street Journal.
Do a keyword analysis on the media.
Which
Plot them.
Oh, Drudge Report.
Analyze the
Are we
statistics.
talking American News? Well, what
You're
is
probably way,
mainstream
way
media?
out a few standard deviations
Tim, you pushed him
from the
into his
mean.
girly voice.
in the vocabulary, the keywords that matter to you.
How does he get up in the morning?
So fuck you all.
Who does that?
Settle down, Joe. Now pop a Prozac, lean back, and take a deep breath.
Yeah, maybe I should settle down and pop a Prozac.
No one can
I don't have any
define
Prozac.
that. No one.
Starting to fade.
Always the media. But they
Actually,
don't
it can be defined by its content.
Another night of meth.
Look up sentiment analysis and natural language
listen to
processing.
mainstream media because, and then the other one that just kills me is
This stuff actually is subject to thorough study.
Don't call Joe Fredo. You're making Fredo look bad.
the heck is a patriot? I know what the definition, the dictionary definition. These people just think that they could just claim they're a patriot. They could be a self-appointed patriot.
Yeah.
Again, is totally
Joe, like I said,
meaningless.
Yeah, they use that term pretty loosely, patriot. These so-called patriots here are neo-Confederate, neo-Nazi, Trumpist traitors.
Better, Joe.
Fuck
I'm
them,
feeling
one
the
and all.
output vent on my amp. Nice and toasty.
You feeling your amp up? Man, you're getting a hard up.
Okay, there it is.
Here's
Conspiracy
Perv Mike
What
again.
is the mainstream media to you?
It's the people that own it all, Joe.
Okay, so let's get specific. What is that?
If you can't read, I'm not going to help you.
I think, the other guy got it right. I know, that's exactly right.
Hey, Joe, the mind's like a parachute. Just because you lost yours, I ain't gonna loan you mine.
And open it up,
Hang
it
on
works
to your
better.
legs and I'll be okay.
Open it up, it works better.
Parachute is quite like a gun. If you have one and you don't need it, that's fine. But if you ever
A mind is a terrible thing to waste, motherfuckers. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Your parachute is all full of holes.
You would have moved if you really felt that way.
you're dumb.
I'm dumb? I may be dumb, but you're living in New Jersey and talking all this gun stuff.
You got on the short bus, Sonny, and they fed you rotten cheese.
Oh my God, rotten cheese!
Yeah, Joe had to have this government cheese. You know how those Marxists stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, enough's enough.
That, Joe.
See you later. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot.
I thought it was Fredo.
Hey, Possum.
I'm a patriot.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't listen.
Yeah, he didn't get RNC.